I hope this is working. Oh man. I heard that when Mercury goes direct, sometimes the backlash is worse than when it's in retrograde. That's what I've been experiencing the last few weeks, or actually since 2 days after it went direct, I think. What am I looking for? Okay. Oh, I'm just so discombobulated right now. Oh, it's just one of those mornings. So let's see if anybody's going to be popping on. All right. Looking for what's coming up in December besides the full moon. I've been seeing the full moon light up the whole backyard the last few nights. All right, so now I got to see if I'm really... Let's see. I know I had said, well, there I am. Well, and there it is. See? Yeah, I don't know. Parts I can see why stuff has been, part of it is my fault, but this was not my fault. I saved it. I put it out there. Now we'll just see if anybody's popping on. Just a crazy time. Well, and I haven't heard today, actually the last couple of days, I haven't heard anything about solar flares. So who knows? Solar flares are probably in there messing things up too. Probably. All right, let's see if anybody's going to be coming on. Somebody's watching, but that could be me, because I know because I have Facebook open, it could be picking up me. Let's see, today is the 7th. Yeah, I'm not seeing anything. On the 9th, Mars is in Sagittarius. We had the super full moon, but that was on the 4th. Don't know. All right, let me see if I can. If there's anything else. Oh, there's so many cute cat videos. There was one I was just watching. Oh, this might be messing things up too. Buckle up, everyone. A massive M8 solar flare blasted directly toward Earth today. So this was 17 hours ago. And it was strong enough to fire off a full solar tsunami across the sun's surface. The energy is off the charts. Since the eruption came from the Earth-facing side, all those particles are now racing into the solar wind stream toward us. This means we could be in for supercharged auroras, possible satellite and GPS glitches, and this is easily one of the most intense eruptions we've seen in ages. The power of the scale, the sheer drama of it is unreal. I just shared it on my Facebook page. Hi, Miss Stephanie. How are you doing? A gracious good day to all, and to you, Miss Stephanie. How the heck are ya? Yeah, it's just, so this morning, earlier, I came in, I did, I set up I schedule this to go on, and it was out there. I shared it, saved it, all that good stuff, and I come in here and it's like, it's not there. Then I went to do the recording on a program, it's called iMovie. And because I had upgraded my computer on Thursday, I hadn't gone into iMovie yet. Well, that needed to be upgraded, which I wasn't going to do 10 minutes before, so it's like... So I had to pull the cards, no cameras on, because I'm just going to post this up to up to YouTube, I guess. Crazy, crazy. How is Miss Stephanie? I saw, I was watching a little bit of weather for the upcoming week, and I was watching it, but I wasn't listening to it. Oh, yes, you may, Miss Stephanie. And I don't know how many weeks out this was referring to, but you could see. So here's the United States, okay? And they have this massive cold. So it's coming down the center of the United States and over. And then this little corner over here of California, Arizona, I think into Texas, it was going to be warmer than normal, and everybody else is going to be colder than normal. It's like, because I kept watching, it's like, okay, where's Arizona? Oh, yeah, warmer. Oh, yeah. Because we're going to start going up in temperature now. Today's going to be 72, and it's going to be going up in temperature rather than down. I don't think I need that, because you can still hear me. Okay. The other thing I did want to find, I'm glad I found Diego, because sometimes I can't find him. I'm waiting to see if anybody else is going to be popping on Miss Steph. Finding this stuff. Just crazy, crazy times. What was the other thing that happened? There was something that somebody, oh, I know. Yesterday morning, I sent a text to my neighbor. I said, I'm assuming you know that the landscaper's here trimming and blowing and stuff, because he was, my neighbor Connie had him on automatic, first Saturday of every month. And they've been gone. They're coming back this week. But they've been gone. And so I said, I'm assuming you know that he's here. And she goes, oh, thanks for letting me know. So she didn't know. So I'm assuming, again, communication mix up. And then she said, because they have a Ring camera, the battery died on it. She charged it up before they left. I don't know how long that's supposed to last, but it died. So, crazy stuff. All right. Well, it looks like it's you and me, Steph. I don't know what's going on. And it's so funny because on Thursday, it was me and Marlene. I think it was Marlene. It was only Marlene and I. So I don't know. Is everybody busy, or maybe I should quit doing these? If not, if there's a fine line. Do I want to continue or not? Because it's like, oh, and I do like doing these, as you know. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and read the cards. I don't have to go over and do the recording because I don't have it set up. So these are the cards for the week of December 8 through 14, and they came up. The angel cards were a little bit slower. The Desert Speaks card, that one came up pretty quick. So, all right, so let's see. Let's see what we have. Desert Speaks card is, stand your ground. Oh, okay. This is totally making sense. I do feel like there's a lot of shaking going on. And what I mean by that, oh, and look at the pink. He looks pink even though he was beet red. Yeah, beet red. But this is the same color that's in the inside of my shirt, which I think is funny. Okay. Standing your ground. What it feels like is there's definitely going to be some stuff coming up in your life, in each one of our lives, and I'm saying this on a personal level as well as I believe on a collective level, that is going to be shaking us up a little bit. It's like if I came up to you, Steph, and I said, hi, Miss Marlene. if I came up to you and I said, are you listening to what I'm saying? And you're going la 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 la, and I just haul off and start shaking you. Are you listening to what I'm saying? And you're like, Sue, I heard what you said. I am just not buying into it, or I don't believe that, or I have to listen to a little bit more. It's going to be like that kind of thing. This is going to be an interesting week. That's all I got to say. Okay, stand your ground. All right. First angel card we have is hear the chimes. Okay. And have you been hearing the chimes like right on cue? Have you been hearing them? Yes, it is sunny in here. But they've been going off since I started. So hearing the chimes, paying attention. I feel like this is also a really big time. It's like if you have been uncertain about your intuitive knowing, this is going to be a week where your intuitive knowing is going to be speaking to you louder than it ever has in the past. It is going to be like you have a megaphone saying, hey, are you listening to me? That's what it's going to be like. So does that go along with stand your ground? Kind of does. Okay, the second angel card we have is choose love. And if we choose love, you know that choosing love, no matter what is going on, if you choose love, it will soften things, it will add to things, it will expand things, it will increase the vibration of things. So if you're standing your ground, you don't have to stand your ground like you're like, screw you, Sue. It's like, no, you're just, Sue, I'm listening, I hear you, but I believe something different. Or have you looked at it this way? Or that's what choosing love is all about. So, boy, it's gonna be an interesting week. Third angel card we have is breathe in love. Okay, so don't those go absolutely wonderfully together? So breathing in love, what that feels like really big time to me is, yes, you're going to choose love, but breathing love, breathing, exhaling love, breathing in love means that you are like in a bubble of love. So not only I feel like you'll be protected, whatever that means for you, but things will be softer as they come out and as things come in, because maybe it's something, it's like, oh, I hadn't thought about that. It'll be a softer way of hearing things for you as well. So it's going to be an interesting week, everyone. Oh, stand your ground. I love it. Stuff. Bring it on. I love that. Bring it on, baby. Bring it. Just remember that. It's so funny because I'm like, okay, I got to go stop the recording and come back over here. And it's like, nope, I'm good right where I am. All right, stand your ground. Stand your ground, baby. It's Christmas time. I heard they turned the lights on at the Civic Center this weekend, I think, Miss Marlene. All right, Miss Marlene, I got you too. So I gotta see what stuff says. Yeah. Computers can be a blessing, absolutely, and a curse is right. Let's see. Heck, today will be around 50 in St. Louis, which is very unusual. Then later in the upcoming week, the temps will drop into the teens. There was someplace, oh, it must have been the Dakotas that he was talking. He said the highs are going to be in the negative. And I know, I've been in that before. That is not fun. That is just not fun. Choose love, and I've been contemplating on choosing different paths for my future. So, and here's something to something to think about, and this is for anybody. Hi, Miss Madeline. How's life way up north? Up north? up north where it's way colder than here. But something that anybody can do is going to the choosing love. Imagine whatever the paths are in front of you. Imagine that you're, sprinkling fairy dust. I love fairy dust. Sprinkling fairy dust and sprinkling love all over them. So wherever you step, it doesn't matter whether you choose path A, B, C, D, E, F, G, it doesn't matter. They are all filled with love, with fairy dust, with magical possibilities. So it's like, yeah, it's awesome. Awesome sauce. All right, I do want to read a little bit of Diego, and then I got Stephanie and Marlene. So, all right. So this is what Diego says. This is for today. Dear friends, as we move through the final corridor of 2025, we enter a transitional energetic zone where the fading frequencies of the 9 universal year gently release their hold. I forgot, yeah, it's 2025 is a 9 year, so endings. This is a liminal passageway, as an in-between realm where the old waves loosen their structure so the new ones may form. Many people feel this is a subtle disorientation, an inner rearranging, or a sense of being suspended between chapters. These sensations are not signs of stagnation, but evidence that your energy field is recalibrating, letting go of outdated patterns that no longer fit the vibrational spectrum of the cycle ahead. In this transitional zone, time itself feels fluid, as if past, present, and future merge into a soft, luminous horizon. Now, doesn't that sound like stand your ground? When he's saying this liminal passageway, an in-between realm where the old and the new. Well, that absolutely is standing your ground, because it's like, okay, I want to let go of this, but I want to keep on going. Okay, I can set this down. I don't need to hang on to this. Okay, I want to keep going with this, but this, absolutely. I remembered my uncle and his wife going shopping. Oh, yeah, that's just crazy, isn't it? If my memory serves me, when my dad got married the second time, my ex and I, my first ex, we got up. We had to get up in the middle of the night. He would go out and start the car and let it run to make sure that it would be starting in the morning. But when we went and saw them off at the airport, this was in Wisconsin, Madison, it was a negative 72 wind chill. Yeah. It's crazy times. Crazy, crazy. Hey, Marlene. Did you hear Florentine? I honestly, I can't remember. I had a friend of mine trying to explain where Florentine was, and I think I know. But Florentine and Navajo, there was a couple of shootings on, I think it was Friday. Really close. Really close. Crazy, crazy stuff going on up there. Crazy stuff. All right. I might read more of Diego. We'll see. Shuffling for Miss Stephanie. Okay. Steph, two things. Pretty funny. I do see what it is. It landed. And keep this color. This color, keep it in mind. Just like I just showed you for the stand your ground and the little beetle bug. Stephanie, play. Okay, so this, you must be taking things a little too seriously. Now this is, keep in mind, this is, I'm shuffling, I'm just starting to shuffle and this card goes flying on the floor for you, Stephanie. Are you taking life a little too seriously right now? I don't know, something, or somebody around you is. That could be somebody, could be somebody around you that it's like, you just want to haul off and slap them. Not that you would ever do that to anybody. But you know, there are people sometimes, it's like, oh, come. I have, now I can't even, I couldn't even give you an example. But someone I know where it's like they sometimes it's like they take things so literal instead of looking at it from a fun point of view. This is a joke, or this is, you know, I'm just giving an analogy, but it's like so literal that it's like, ugh, come on. It feels like there's something like that going on where it's like, ugh, come on, just have some fun with it. Does that make sense, Steph? Do you know who it is? You don't have to tell me. Yeah, if it's I'm all ready to play, but there's something going on that, well, and here's the other thing. It could be life in general. It could be, okay, think about this. And this will make sense for everybody too. But think about this. If you have people around you, whether it's friends, family, or stuff you are listening to or watching or hearing, even if it's in the peripheral, you know, maybe your neighbor told you about this or said this, whatever. But it's like you can expand play out, and that fun out and out. So you are so less affected by any of that. So it's like if somebody tells you, well, the sky is falling, it's like, yeah, it is. Oh my gosh, I know. Isn't it fun? It's like that. So I don't know, Steph. Something. Hi, Miss Yvonne. Yeah. Did you hear about it, Marlene? Did you hear? It was yeah, pretty close. And because like I said, I think you live without, because I lived off really close to Spouse and Robert. Spouse and Robert, that intersection, I was like less than a mile down the street. I was on Hopi. Miss Yvonne, yes, I'll add you to the list. Yes, Miss Yvonne. All right, Miss Marlene, shuffling for Miss Marlene, shuffling for Miss Marlene. All right, Miss Marlene. Yeah, crazy stuff. Hi, Miss Julianne. How was your thing on Saturday? I saw it was out there. I saw it this morning in my list of notifications. Hopefully you had a good crowd. Prescott had courthouse lighting last night. Oh, well, last night. And PV had their parade last night too. Yeah, I think PV has done a lot of stuff. I know Prescott, you know, they draw a lot more people from, I think, more surrounding area. But I think PV has grown a lot, especially since I've been gone. You know, I guess I needed to leave before it could grow up. Hi, Miss Linda. All right, Miss Marlene, let's see what we let's see what we get. Miss Marlene. Oh, see, love is everywhere. I'm going to pull this. We got breathe in love and choose love, and love is everywhere. So there's definitely a lot of love around. Yes, So this is just a big reminder, and it almost feels like, okay, so going to, before when I was saying spread love on whatever path, and what I see with this is I see love in the form of a song. It's almost like the aroma has musical notes to it. I've never seen anything like that before, but it's really quite interesting. So you can send out the tone, the musical notes down each path. Similar to the fairy dust, similar to sending love. But it feels like there's more of a flow, and it seems like this way it gets more into the crevices of everything. So, I don't know. Let me know, Miss Marlene, how that rings true. Miss Linda. Yes, Miss Linda, I added you to the list. Julianne, good morning, just got out of bed. Oh, good, I'm glad it went well. And good, you got some sleep. If you want a card, Miss Julianne, let me know. Okay, so shuffling for Miss Yvonne. Miss Yvonne. Yeah, the chimes are definitely going like crazy today. That is for certain. Which is fine with me. I know too it's, oh, there it is. No, that's not it. It's interesting because the blinds, I have them angled different because of the angle of the sun. So they definitely. Okay, Linda. Okay, Julianne, I mean, that was Yvonne. I'm sorry, that was Yvonne's. Sorry. I guess, Linda, you got to pay attention to it too. But no, this is Yvonne's card. It went flying. It flipped over. I have to reach further this time. Yes, I'm still here. So the reason it's a long stretch for me is because when I do my lives on Sundays, I always pull my chair up. So my chair is an inch or two higher. So then when I stretch down, I have that much further to stretch down. Okay, Yvonne. All right, abundance. I haven't seen this card in quite a while, and I feel like it is absolutely pay attention to the positive things. This is more than looking at things from an abundant standpoint. This feels like it is, look at all of the things that you are grateful for. And I know that this is one of those things. When I talk to my neighbor about certain things, it's like if you are in pain, it's much more difficult to feel yourself not in pain. I think you all understand that. So if you are so focused on, I don't have, I need this, I want this, whatever, it's harder to see the other. But one of the things that Abraham always talks about, just look for the next best thing. What makes you feel good? So if you are focused on, I want this, I don't have this, I couldn't do this, then it's like, okay, I'm just going to turn my focus totally on something different that brings me joy. Oh, the sun is shining, the trees are looking so pretty, the fruit on the tree, I can't wait to eat the fruit on the tree. All of those things, and it really just takes your focus off whatever it is that you might have been looking at. And even if you were in pain and start looking at, oh my gosh, look at that beautiful flower. Oh my gosh, there's still a hummingbird. Oh my gosh, look at, there's a rainbow out there. Even you might notice that, hey, I don't feel pain anymore. Or you might just not feel the pain for a bit without even realizing it. So, Yvonne, this is a big thing, and obviously they definitely wanted to get your attention on this because it flew out onto the floor. So, Yvonne, and obviously, Linda, I said your name, so for some reason you were supposed to hear that too. But this card is for Linda. So, shuffling for Linda. Life isn't flowing up here. When I start doing my online business and move somewhere else where there's theater and music, I think I would be happier. Yeah, I enjoyed myself while I was there, but I do feel like things shifted. A lot of people left about this. Not that I started it. Okay, Linda. Ooh, I know what it is too. But a lot of people left. I think some more did come back in, but I can count just people I know that left, and it seemed like there was a revamping. So Marlene, are you supposed to be part of the revamping that stays there or goes? I can totally understand. And where there's theater and music, I don't know where that is. If that's down here, if there's other places, even in Prescott, I thought there was a theater. I mean, I don't know. Okay, Linda. I know what this card is. Yes, Miss Linda. Yeah, this feels like it. What it feels like is that there's the words I'm hearing is new level. I don't know that that's quite right though, but it might feel like that because it almost feels like things, like right now, it might feel like things are a little uncertain, but it's because you are in the growing stages. So what I mean by that is, I'll use a little kid as an example. They just got new shoes and their feet are growing so much that their shoes hurt and they just want to walk barefoot. And it's like, so, but mom has to put those shoes on because they're so cute, and it's like, oh, they just walk funny because the shoes don't fit right. But then all of a sudden, either you take the shoes off and run barefoot, or you get new shoes, and it's like, oh my gosh, this feels so good. It feels like right now you're still trying to fit into those old shoes, and it's like, you know what? Let them go. Let them go. You got enough wear and tear out of them. It feels like that, and it feels like so you're bursting into the next phase. That feels better than level. The next phase, whatever that is, you don't know. You might know, but it feels like there's, look at the excitement part of it versus, oh, these shoes don't fit. So I hope that makes sense, Miss Linda. Miss Linda. All right, Miss Julianne, Miss Julianne, Miss Julianne. And Miss Julianne, this is the last card of the day. Junior college in Prescott has had plays, yep, and musical guests. Or they used to. That's what I was thinking, Steph. And I think I only went to, there was a theater. It was on what? I just don't remember the names of the streets. It was like when you're coming in from Prescott Valley into Prescott, getting really close to the downtown, there was a theater that they had redone, and it was on the left-hand side of the street there. It was just before the intersection where you turn right and go to the co-op. And if you would have stopped at that intersection and looked kitty corner, that's the square for downtown Prescott. So it was like right on, really close to the Hacienda. There was a community theater. I don't remember what the name of it was. And just, The vibe has changed. Some people have passed on. Some moved away. Yep. Okay, and the community, yeah, I don't even know where that is. All right, so shuffling for Julianne. There it is. And yes, some people have passed away. You know, Louis, Suzanne, and they were both big energy. Here's, where is it? Do you know who I'm talking about, Miss Marlene? When I talk, Steph, you might, when I say Louis Tucker, this is from Louis. Still got his, he used to put these little 3/0, and this is a lightning bolt because this has the energy of lightning. It's a quartz. So Louis Tucker was, oh, Christy, yes, I'll quick add you to the list. But you're the last one then, Christy. Everybody hear me? Christy's the last one. So Louis was he used to do healing sessions, healing work, and he would travel around. He'd go back and forth between Kentucky a lot, but he sold crystals. What was the name of his shop? The Wizard, something the Wizard. You're very welcome, Miss Linda. He passed away in a very Louis kind of way. Suzanne, you know, I can't remember what Suzanne's last name was, but she was kind of, you know, a matriarch of herbs, and she was kind of on the corner there in Prescott Valley. She passed away. So yes, I understand, and a lot of people moved away. Hey, I was one of them that moved away. And you know, and not to say that I was so big or anything, but it was, and Steph, you remember this, Spirit in Motion. You know, when Maggie and Liz and I were doing the Spirit in Motion Expo, and we had done it up there a couple times, it was a huge success. And then, you know, Liz is still up there, but Maggie moved away. Well, now she's back. And then I moved away. Yeah, I get it. Hi, Miss Kate. Oh my God. So yes. So anybody that you're late. Okay, so Christy, and I'm adding Jessica to that because that's the last card. Yes, Julianne, I'm still holding yours. Prescott Center for the Arts. The building looks like a church off Cortez. Oh, yeah, that's probably what it. Yep, that's what it is. And Kate, I'm going to add you to that grouping too because Christy was the last one. So, yep. Okay, so Julianne, here we go. Excuse me. I know I'm talking a lot today. Julianne. This feels like, show yourself, it feels like you are absolutely doing that, and it feels like there's, it's interesting because these prickers, at first I thought that those were kind of like, they're like you were putting yourself out there, but in a prickly kind of way, and then it's like, no, it's not that. It's actually that there's, it kind of goes along with, I want to say, I can't remember if this was Thursday or, no, it was last week. It must have been last week. Because did you have the black cat last week where I said you're backing up because of some dark energies? And so it feels like that's what this pertains to. It feels like you're showing yourself, and you have to show yourself, absolutely. Flowers, you got to get out there. You got to let the bees eat. You got to let it helps bring the aroma to everybody. And you have to be aware of your surroundings. And it feels like that's what the prickers are. So it absolutely showing yourself and being very aware. And it feels like, I'll use this even on Sundays, that I've had, and I haven't in a long time, knock on wood, Haven't in a long time, but you know when I used to get those people, it's like, you want a reading? No, you want a reading? And it was just crap. It was spammers. And it feels like that. It's like, yes, show yourself. And yes, you're going to have some people that are going to be spamming, some people that are going to be obnoxious, and that's okay because you show yourself, the beautiful flower that you are, to the people that appreciate it, and the people that are spamming you, that's when you show the prickers of the cactus. It's like an evil eye, too. Yeah, it is. Pollination. Absolutely, pollination. There was two that I came inside. I actually came inside. It's like, you guys, you can't leave me alone. I kept saying, no, thank you. Psh, no, thank you. Psh. Finally, I said, fine, I'm going inside. Thank you. Just had another ankle surgery, so need the positive vibes. Okay, so everybody send Ms. Kate some positive vibing and some healing energy and healing angels for your ankle, Miss Kate. Okay. All right, so this is the last card of the day. This is Christy, Jessica, and Kate. Christy, Jessica, and Kate. And anybody else that might be joining in, this is for you too, because this is the last card. So, Christy, Jessica, and Kate. Christy, Jessica, and Kate. Christy, Jessica, and Kate. You're very welcome, Miss Julianne. I'm glad it makes sense. All right, there it is. Christy, Jessica, and Kate. Oh, here we go. So this feels like, yes. Yes, what the card says, allow creativity, yes. But it feels like there's more to it. It feels like it has more to do with pay attention where the spider webs are. It feels like there's, like if you were in a haunted house or in a scary garage or something, you clear away the spider webs and you find treasures. And if you're out in the trees or the bushes, you clear away the spider webs and there might be a flower on the other side. There might be some new growth. There might be, maybe there's a nest of something that you didn't see. It feels like it's very different than the typical allow your creativity. It feels like look beyond the spider web. It feels like clear the spider web away. Yeah, it might be a little sticky and how if you walk into a spider web, you know how gross that is. It feels like clear it away and you will be surprised at what's on the other side of it. It's like hidden treasure. That's the words I'm hearing is hidden treasure. There's a hidden treasure on the other side. So whether it's something that, it very well could be cobwebs in your mind too. This is not necessarily the cobwebs that are out there. It's like, it might be cobwebs in your mind that are holding on to stuff. So clear those cobwebs away. And it's like, sometimes when it's like, oh yeah, I hadn't thought about that in a long time. It's like, yeah, because you've let cobwebs grow over it. That's what it feels like. Bam! So, Christy, Jessica, Kate, let me know about that. That is so interesting. Heart and mind. Yes. And physical. Heart, mind, and physical. They're all there together, man. Absolutely. So crazy. So crazy. You are very welcome, Miss Christy. That's just so funny. Oh, you're very welcome, Miss Jessica and Miss Kate. So glad you guys caught the tail end. Yeah. Yeah, so this week, as of this moment, and the reason I say as of this moment is because there's a couple of repair things that have to happen here that I have to coordinate with my landlord. But as of this moment, tomorrow, the 8th, I'm supposed to be on with Miss Ruth doing messages for your loved ones. And it'll be at 3 p.m. Eastern Time. So it's 1 o'clock Arizona time, 1 o'clock Mountain Time, 3 p.m. Eastern Time. And Thursday, of course, I should be there. Yeah, that time change. I'll tell you, I wish they'd just get rid of it. You know, everybody, pick a time. If we have to change a half hour and you have to change a half hour, and this is the time we pick, and just be done with it, that would be fine with me. But yeah, it messes up. You know, Kate, it messes up with me, and I don't change the time. There's still something about it. It's like it just messes with me. And I don't even change the time. So I get it. I get you. All right, everybody. I hope you have a fabulous day. Enjoy the whatever you are doing on this beautiful day. It is beautiful here. I get to do Amazon return. How exciting. Ah! But anyway, thank you so much for joining me live. And I will see you next time. Angel blessings to you.